Are y'all ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you. Oh.
Hey guys, it's Miss Eversoul. Just wanted to go through some rectangular prisms with you today. I'm glad you are ready to learn. Right here we have a three-dimensional rectangular prism, or sometimes called a cuboid. And what we're going to do is find the surface area of that cuboid. So surface area means all the square units that are on here. If I count the square units across here, I'm looking at the length. This length is 6 units. When I look at my width from front to back, then my width is 4. I need that third dimension, which is height. And the height on here is 5. So right now I have a length, a width, and a height, and I want to find the surface area. So how many surfaces are there? Well, let's count them up and see what we have. I'm going to start with this surface right here. This is the front. This is what I'm looking at. Okay, and the front is also going to match what's in the back. So I have a front and a back. They look like this, little rectangles. And so I can find those dimensions. And if I look, my length is 6. That means that this is also 6. And this is my front. It's going to match the 6 back here. And this hidden 6 goes all the way across the back. That's another 6. So the length is 6. And the height right here is 5. And I know that because this height on the side is 5, which is the same as this height and this height, and that height hiding in the back. Those are all 5. So to find the area of the front, I'm going to do 5 times 6, which is 30. And the back is going to match. They're going to be the same. Then I'm going to look at the top up here. I'm going to do the top, and the bottom is going to match. So I have the top and the bottom. And again, I want to think about those dimensions to get the area of that surface. I see that the top is length of 6. I already marked that earlier. But now I have a width. And in this case, here's my width, and that one's going to match. So the number that I need is 4. So let's go ahead and mark this with a 4. And we can do the area. 6 times 4 is 24. So the bottom is going to match. I have 4 surfaces so far. The only thing I haven't used over here is the side. And that side is going to match this side. So I have the left side and the right side. And I'm going to talk about those rectangles as well. If I look at the side, I have my width of 4 and my height of 5. So altogether that area is 20 square units. I could count all the blocks on there if I wanted to, but we know it's 20. So to get our total surface area, all we need to do is add these together. When I add them up, there's different ways you can add. I like to go with the numbers that are easy. I know 30 and 20 makes 50. Another 30 and 20 is another 50. 50 and 50 is 100. 24 plus 24 is 48. So I know this is 148 units squared because it's how many little squares cover this surface. So let's think about those key words. All right, we said that we are going to cover the surface. Sometimes we wrap something. we paint something. And we're doing all of those square units on the outside of a 3D figure. So those are the kinds of things when we're doing surface area that we want to consider. Now the other thing that we have is, oh, what's that you say? SpongeBob, you have something to say? He said sometimes it's easier just to use a formula. Okay, SpongeBob, I'll listen. Let's see what we can come up with. How can we make this easier? So I think the formula that we want to use would be a combination of putting all this together. We notice that we have two of these, and two of these. So for the formula, I'm going to just go down to the bottom here and come up with our formula. And our formula is going to be 2 of the length times the width, because that's what I did here. 2 of the length times the height, and 2 of the width times the height. So I have 2 of each of those things. And if I plug in the numbers, I will get the final answer. I have 2 of, so length and width, I guess is actually this one first. 6 times 4 plus, and I have 6 times 5 plus 5 times 4 or 4 times 5. The order doesn't matter. Remember, it's commutative. So the shortcut here with the formula, I'm going to double 24 plus 30 plus 20. And again, I'm going to get all of that together is 74. Final answer for the surface area is going to be 148 square units. The same thing we got with drawing it out. So you have a choice. You can use a formula and plug it in, or you can draw it out. Some people like to do 3 and then double it, and that's what the formula does, because all of those surfaces have a partner. They match up. Oh, what's that? What's that I hear? Great job, guys. Way to go. Hope you learned about rectangular prisms. Have a great day. Peace out.